Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am, as always, darthdevious, bringing you another video review. This time, part one of what's going to be a three-part look at the Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. We're going to start with the leg figures, which is Swindle and Brawl. And yes, as you can see, I've already added extra paint details to them because, frankly, I couldn't stand the way they looked out of the package. They were just way too bland. I did that with all of them. I will say Vortex and Blastoff probably got the least amount of paint. Brawl, as you can see here, I've added a lot of paint. Mostly gray to kind of give him like a Cybertronian version of, you know, camouflage. Something like that. And I did the back thruster area here and stuff like that. And some more that you'll see in his robot mode. Now what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to show off the packages real quick. Here's Swindle's, you know, Bruticus. Shows you which part he is. He's number 4, the right leg. Here's his tech spec. Not going to bother with, if you want to read that, you can. You know, is what it is. Get his out of here. Brawl's package. Alright, pretty much the same thing. He's the left leg, number 5. There's his tech spec. There's his bio. And, you know, is what, if you can see here on his product shot, you can see he was just mostly green. There wasn't much to him. Now, I'm going to, you know, we'll look at the vehicles, we'll look at their robot modes, and we'll look at their limb modes. I'm not going to show any transformations because that's just going to add too much time to what's going to be 3-packed reviews as it is. So anyway, here's Swindle. As you see, I added in the Energon on the wheels and on the front here, things like that. You know, painted his, these were black out of the package. They're supposed to be silver. So, you know, I also redid his face, which you'll see in robot mode. Here's his weapon. It's not too bad. You know, each of them has a weapon that they come with, or 2 weapons, and they all combine into one big gun for Bruticus. Now, I will say, I came up with my own version of Bruticus's gun, and I think it looks better than what, you know, Hasbro came up with. So I will be using that. I'll show you guys how I built it, but we'll get to that. Brawl's gun. Plugs here in between the 2 big guns. You know, and he does have one good feature, which is, you know, this swivels and it can go up. So, you know, that's pretty cool for a tank. So, I'm gonna... He really is not that good as a tank. This hover tank mode is a disappointment. Yeah. So is his robot mode. We'll get to that. So I'm going to get these guys in robot mode, and we'll take a look at that, and then we'll get them in their limb modes. Be right back. Alrighty, and here's Brawl and Swindle in their robot modes, and yeah, you can see a big problem with Brawl right off the bat. One, he's so much smaller than Swindle. I mean, that is just ridiculous. 2, holy kibble. I mean, that's just bad. 3, he is hollow everywhere. I mean, look at that. He's just hollow, and his feet don't lock anywhere, so he barely stands up. Yeah, he was a big disappointment in this. And out of all 5 figures, I think him and Onslaught are the 2 worst. Swindle's actually not bad. But yeah, you can see he's just... Ugh. I added more Energon glowy pink to him, like his game model had. And a little bit more gray in this mode, but not too much. There wasn't much I could do with him. He's... Yeah, he's kind of crap. I'm not even going to try standing him back up because it's impossible. Now, Swindle here, you can see his head was all molded in black except for the purple eyes. I put gray on the lower part of his face to make it stand out, because you couldn't see it. And I just think that looks better. The only other real paint apps I added to him in this mode are here on his arms. He didn't need a lot. He really didn't. It's like, you know, most of the paint budget for these 5 figures seemed to have gone into Swindle, Vortex, and Blastoff. Especially Vortex and Blastoff. They seem to have all the paint. But he's hollow as well, but not too terribly. I mean, the connector port does, you know, kind of fill in his backside some. And he's got, you know, he actually has a waist, which is nice. He's got ball joints in his shoulders and here in his elbows. Nothing at his wrists. You know, standard Transformer deluxe class articulation. Head's on a ball joint. I'm not showing off Brawl's articulation because it's pretty much useless because you can't really stand him up. So, yeah. Most of the time these guys are in Bruticus mode anyway. Yeah, I mean, he does have a ball joint on his head, but the way his head's designed, it likes to collapse in like that. That's just bad. Bad design right there. Yeah. Brawl, big disappointment in this set. Big disappointment. So, yeah. Alright. Give me a second. I'm going to put them in their limb modes, and then we'll move on to part 2. Alright, here's Swindle and Brawl in their limb modes. And Swindle makes a good foot. I mean, he's got this extra bits here, and basically his own feet become the toes of Bruticus. And he gets slightly bent here, and you expose the purple connector here. Not really much different from his vehicle mode, except it's a little more angled. Brawl, he makes a better foot than anything else, but even that's got hollowness to it. It's more solid than any other mode of his, but still. Yeah, I know these guys do have, you know, the Scramble City aspect where, you know, if you see here, there's hands for Bruticus here. Or he can be the right or left hand if you wanted to be. I actually prefer my Bruticus to be more, you know, traditional. Him as a leg, Blastoff and Vortex as arms, and Onslaught in the center. That's just me. So that's how I'm going to be showing them off. So yeah, this is the leg modes. Alright. Guns. What I like to do is just take these two, combine them together, and that's the start of the gun that I make for Bruticus. So, there you go. Alright, so that's going to do it for part 1 of this. Join me for part 2, where we look at Vortex and Blastoff. And we'll do the same thing. Show off their vehicle mode, show off their robot modes, and then their limb modes. Alright, so I'll see you in the next part. Later.